Hello and welcome to this important update about Social Security and the much talked about $1,400 stimulus for seniors. There's been a lot of noise, confusion, and even misleading headlines going around, so today we're going to cut through the clutter and get to the facts. You may have heard claims about a brand new $1,400 check going out to all Social Security recipients, sometimes called a fourth stimulus. But the reality is a bit more nuanced. While there is good news for many seniors, it's not exactly a fresh, across-the-board stimulus. Instead, it's the result of the IRS catching up on past aid through something called the Recovery Rebate Credit from the 2021 pandemic relief packages. Many people, especially seniors, either didn't file a tax return for that year or missed claiming the credit entirely. Now the IRS has identified roughly 1 million people who should have received that money and is beginning to send it automatically. For those who qualify, that payment can be as much as $1,400 per individual, or $2,800 for couples, which is certainly welcome relief in an era of rising living costs. The reason this news is gaining traction now is that the IRS recently confirmed it is actively issuing these catch-up payments. These are not loans, not advances, and not taxable income. They are the same stimulus money that was approved back in 2021 but never actually reached you. For seniors who rely on Social Security, every dollar counts, so an unexpected deposit or check for $1,400 can make a real difference in covering essentials like groceries, utilities, prescriptions, and transportation. The process for receiving it is straightforward. If you already filed a 2021 tax return and were eligible but didn't get the payment, the IRS will issue it without requiring you to file an amended return. They are using your most recent tax data, often from 2023, to verify eligibility and payment details. If you haven't filed a 2021 return yet but think you might be eligible, you still have until April 15, 2025, to file and claim it. That's important because it means there is still time to secure this money if you act promptly. One reason this situation has been confusing is the way it's been presented online. So many YouTube channels and social media posts frame it as if Congress just approved a brand new round of stimulus exclusively for seniors, which is not true. The $1,400 figure comes from the third economic impact payment authorized in March 2021 under the American Rescue Plan. That payment was worth $1,400 per eligible individual, but not everyone got it at the time. Many seniors didn't need to file taxes in 2021 and assumed the IRS would automatically send the payment based on Social Security records. For most, that's exactly what happened, but some fell through the cracks. If you were one of those, this is your opportunity to get what you were entitled to all along. Beyond this $1,400 payment, there are other real changes on the horizon for Social Security recipients in 2025 that deserve attention. First, the cost of living adjustment, known as COLA, is projected to be around 2.6%. While that may sound modest compared to the unusually high increases of the past couple of years, it still represents extra dollars in your monthly benefit to help offset inflation. For example, if you currently receive $1,800 a month, a 2.6% COLA adds roughly $46 more each month starting in January 2025. That might not seem like a windfall, but over a year it adds up to more than $550 in additional income. Second, there is important tax relief on the way for many seniors thanks to provisions in the so-called One Big Beautiful Bill Act. This change increases the standard deduction for seniors aged 65 and older by $6,000 for single filers and $12,000 for couples filing jointly, provided their incomes fall below $75,000 for individuals or $150,000 for joint filers. This could mean that up to 90% of Social Security beneficiaries will pay little to no federal income tax on their benefits. For retirees living on fixed incomes, this is a significant financial boost because it keeps more of their Social Security money in their pockets instead of sending it to the IRS. Third, the Social Security Administration will be phasing out paper checks starting September 30, 2025. Going forward, benefits will be sent via direct deposit or onto a prepaid debit card. This change is intended to make payments faster, safer, and more secure while reducing administrative costs. That said, there will be a process to request a waiver if you absolutely need to continue receiving paper checks, though it will be the exception rather than the rule. Seniors who aren't yet using direct deposit should consider setting it up well in advance to avoid delays or disruptions. Now, while the $1,400 payment is good news for those who missed out in 2021, it's equally important to be aware of the scams that often pop up whenever stimulus payments are in the news. Fraudsters may send emails, text messages, or even phone calls claiming they can help you get your stimulus faster, often asking for your social security number, bank account details, or a processing fee. These are red flags. The IRS and the Social Security Administration will never contact you in this way to demand payment or personal information. If you owed the $1,400, it will come automatically through official channels, and you do not need to pay anyone or provide extra details beyond what you then normally include on a tax return. To check on your status, you can contact the IRS directly or use your online IRS account to see if a recovery rebate credit was issued. If you're not sure whether you got the 2021 stimulus, look back at your bank statements from March to December 2021 for deposits labeled IRS 3310 with the code TAXAPE3. That was the third stimulus payment. If you didn't see it and you were eligible, this current IRS effort may be how you finally get that money. This brings us to a key point: eligibility. To qualify for the $1,400 payment in 2021, you had to have a Social Security number, not be claimed as a dependent on someone else's tax return, and have income below certain thresholds: $75,000 for individuals, $150,000 for married couples, with phase-outs above those levels. Many seniors living solely on Social Security fell well under these limits, which is why they were entitled to the full payment. The problem was simply that not everyone received it when they should have. The broader lesson here is that even if you don't think you need to file a tax return, it can sometimes be worth doing so just to claim credits and payments that might otherwise be missed. The Recovery Rebate Credit, Earned Income Tax Credit, and even certain state rebates all require a return on file. And filing doesn't have to be complicated. Free tax preparation services are available through programs like the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance (VITA) program, especially for seniors. Let's also address the emotional impact of news like this. For many older Americans, finances are a constant source of stress. The combination of rising healthcare costs, inflation in everyday goods, and fixed incomes means that unexpected expenses, like a car repair or medical bill, can cause real hardship. That's why even a one-time payment of $1,400 can be such a relief. It's not just about the number, it's about the breathing room it provides. Some may use it to pay off debt, others to stock up on groceries or refill prescriptions. It can be the difference between making ends meet comfortably and constantly juggling which bill to pay next. Looking ahead, while there is no new legislation for a fourth stimulus check at the federal level, there are still occasional state-level rebate programs or targeted relief payments that seniors may qualify for. These vary widely by each state and often have their own eligibility rules, so it's worth checking your state's Department of Revenue or Taxation website periodically. In closing, the bottom line is this. The so-called $1,400 stimulus for seniors is not a brand new program but rather the IRS delivering on past promises by paying out the Recovery Rebate Credit to those who missed it in 2021. If you're in that group, you could see a direct deposit or check in the coming weeks or months, no action needed. If you haven't filed a 2021 return but believe you qualify, you still have until April 15, 2025, to claim it. On top of that, real changes are coming in 2025 that will boost Social Security benefits, reduce taxes for many seniors, and modernize payment methods. Stay informed, be cautious of scams, and take proactive steps to claim any benefits you're entitled to. This is your money, and you earned it. Thank you for taking the time to understand the full picture. Share this information with friends, family, and anyone you know who might be eligible but unaware. Being informed is the first step toward making the most of the benefits and relief that are available to you.